Hi.
Hey.
You want to know why we're here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So we show on the videos what humans doing to animals in our society.
Okay.
How do you feel about seeing animals like these chicken or these being exploited like that?
Yeah, the factory farm stuff's tough to watch. Yeah. No, I get it.
Would you say you are against the exploitation of animals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably say I would.
So
More of a free range type of guy.
yeah, wait a second. If you say you're against the exploitation, you know what I mean by exploitation?
You mean exploiting, like as
Yes.
in consuming?
Exploiting in the sense of, do you see animals as resources for the human to use however he likes against their will? Or do you think animals are here for their own reason and they should be respected?
I get what you mean. It's a tough call. I mean, I'm not a vegetarian,
Yeah.
but you do think about it. Sure.
Yeah. But do you think
You would hope
animals...
they would be as humanely or, I guess,
So you would agree that...
compassionately as possible.
Yeah, so you would agree that animals have a will and you can break their will when you do something against it?
I guess they have a will.
Yeah.
Most living things have a will.
So
I don't know about a consciousness, like some sort of deeper.
yeah, I mean not as on a level as a human, but still they have one.
Yes.
Still they can recognize other animals, separate them from others. But if you understand that, do you think it is fair to use them against their will?
Using them against their will.
Yes. To use anyone against their will.
I guess it depends on the hierarchy, right?
I mean that's the definition of the word exploitation.
That's true. I'll give you that.
So would you say you are still against exploitation, or do you think exploitation is okay?
I appreciate what you guys are doing. Yeah.
That isn't an answer.
Would I say I'm against? I understand. It's hard because it's so ingrained in society, and it's something that's just been.
But
you're brought up on it.
what is your point? Are you against the exploitation or not?
Exploitation?
Yeah.
When it comes to consumption, I'd have to think about that more. But, when you think about it like that, you just want it to be as there's levels, right? You can factory farm.
No, I'm talking about using against their will. Every factory farm and every organic farm, however you call it, free range or whatever, they are putting the animal onto this planet to give it the purpose of being used for example, for milk and eggs, and finally to be killed if they are not useful anymore, or if they want to use their dead bodies as a product, as an object, basically.
So that you can't even use them once they've passed away naturally, or
what do you mean by that?
if they've died of natural causes,
that doesn't happen. And they are bred into existence to be killed when they are really big, not when they are old and they have diseases.
Right.
They are killed when you want to get the most benefit, the most profit out of them.
Yeah.
So do you think that is fair, that is okay? Do you think they deserve to be treated like this then?
I don't think they deserve it. No.
So basically that means if you say they don't deserve it and they shouldn't be exploited, it doesn't make sense to do it with your actions by buying meat, milk, eggs, cheese and all the other animal products, right?
It's true.
And that basically in action means to be vegan. What is stopping you from being vegan then?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I don't ever think I've really thought about trying to pursue. You're just raised on it. It's always been that way. You think about it.
It's normalized in society.
It's normalized.
No one would judge you when you hurt an animal in a way that you buy the product. No one even sees the hurting of the animal when you buy the product.
Right.
But we're just presenting the reality to you. We're just presenting what you are actually. We just want to confront you with the victims of your choices. And since this is not normalized in society, no one would remind you, follow you after and say, this is bad, this is bad. At some point you have to think about it yourself. You have to remind yourself that what you're doing is actually exploiting animals by buying these products.
Right.
So then it's the question, if you realize that and if you don't want to exploit animals, why not be vegan? Is there anything stopping you really? Except like changing a little bit of your habit, doing a little bit of Google searches and find another recipe, find another restaurant?
That's fair. I mean, you definitely got a good point. It's not something that I haven't like thought about before.
Yeah.
That's why I was interested to see what was going on here.
Yeah.
So,
but in a sense, how urgent do you think it is for the animal to now, for you to act?
well, I imagine it's getting worse and worse, right?
Yeah, and you have to imagine out of the one perspective of one animal. Imagine you were in a cage. Someone is coming to you, holding a gun onto your head. So, what is the only thing you would say to him?
We can't even communicate. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We don't even look at them as
That
something
makes it
can-
even worse.
Right.
Right? They are
Because they're not us, right?
yeah, they are victimized to such a degree that they are not even considered victims anymore. They are only objects. But if you were in the position, you would probably say, leave me alone right now. Let me out of this cage right now.
Right.
So that leads me to my final question of taking action. From this moment, how many animals should be put onto this planet, be exploited and killed for you? 0 or more than 0?
Yeah. I guess is there no gray, there's no middle? I guess it has to be all or nothing, right?
Yeah. I mean,
If you're really going to take a stand for it.
yeah, I mean, that's basically what it's about. Your words say you're against it, but your actions, your words are meaningless if there are no actions following,
Right.
which stays the same.
Okay.
So what are you going to do now? Running away from this conversation? What is the next step you're going to take?
I have to think about it. That's the thing, I've got 2 kids at home,
Yeah.
you know, and they're eating whatever we cook for them, and they're too little to make a decision, so
But after all, you make
How
a
we-
decision for them, right?
we do.
So you have a responsibility in this case for them. And do you think these little children you raise would at some point in their life would say, oh, I would like to abuse and kill some animals?
Right.
No, I think it's fair to teach them from the beginning what is happening for the products, or not even giving them when you know you don't want to teach your children violence, right?
So it's going to be based on my decision until they're old enough to make it for themselves.
Yeah.
So when they grow up, I have to let them make that own choice after educating them as best as I can.
Yeah, but that's the point. If you give children the Happy Meal, you get basically a dead animal with a toy inside. You will never think about the bad thing about this. You are manipulated in society into thinking there's not even a victim. And that's the whole problem here. That's why it is so normalized, right?
Right. Because they have no rights.
Yeah.
So-
And they will never get rights if we just keep on disrespecting them. We have to, at some point, hold ourselves accountable and start doing the right thing and be vegan.
So is it to go vegan? Is that kind of the best answer, or is there like anything in between, or is it just...
Like I said, being vegan basically means the definition is a principle not to exploit animals. That's simple. And the action from that follows is to not buy animal products, of course, to switch to the vegan alternatives, they're plant-based alternatives. But also it extends to do not buy products where animals are tested and unfairly, like for like cosmetics and stuff.
Right.
So do not sit on a horse when the horse doesn't want you to ride it, right? All of these things extend from are the actions that extend from the principle that you want to reject the exploitation.
Okay. It's a lot to think about.
Yeah,
It is.
but
I appreciate, it is hard to watch
Yeah.
the thing about the baby chicks going to that grinder. And,
yeah,
it's terrible.
Yeah, they see them as objects. They are not useless. They're useful. They are just profit machines. And if they are not, they are killed.
Right.
And if it's not your opinion, then stop saying it only and start showing it with your actions.
Right.
So you're gonna be vegan now.
It's too big of a decision to make lightly. I got to think about it. It's definitely something that I've thought about before. I've never tried to be vegetarian though. I mean, it's a huge life change, but I appreciate what you guys are doing.
Yeah, but basically, if you say this, like appreciate what you're doing, that is like, if I'm the animal and you still say to me like, I think about not killing you, I think about not exploiting you anymore.
Do it, yeah.
Right? It's a decision you are able to make. You have a smartphone with you. You can you have all the resources possible in the world to find the alternatives. We are here at this place like the whole day, right? And we go to the supermarket. We find vegan alternatives for almost everything. For a few snacks, for a whole meal. You find vegan restaurants. It's just it's hard to be vegan. If you think about yourself and your inconveniences, it is easy to be vegan. If you think about the victims.
Okay. Keep that in mind. I appreciate it.
So vegan now.
Vegan, tell you what.
Be a man of your word.
Vegan for the rest of the day, and then I'll go day by day, and I'll just try my best, and I'll take one step at a time.
Just to remind you this one last time, if you're in the supermarket the next time, don't see the product itself. You watched a little bit of footage right now. You saw the guns, the knives.
Right.
Think of yourself holding the knife in your hand. Are you going to step for the 5 minutes of pleasure in your mouth? Or will you put away the knife and just 1 second more and find the vegan product?
Thanks a lot, man.
Then watch this again. It will remind you of what is going on in the animal exploitation industry. And I hope you're going to take the step right now.
I will.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
A lot. Appreciate it.
No?